I'm Kylie Caps. Joining me this afternoon is Dr. Michelle Rankine. Dr. Michelle, I am so excited, first of all, that you have agreed to speak with me this afternoon. And second of all, you have a very interesting job, and I'm excited to dive into a little bit more of a weather angle when it comes to your line of work. So first and foremost, talk to me about what it is that you do.
Thank you so much, Kylie. My name is Michelle Rankine, and a little bit more of what I do. I am the owner of Right at Home. Right at Home, in-home care, helps seniors, adults who want to age in place in their home.
So what does a typical day look like for you?
Oh, a typical day, I am
Mhm.
helping solve problems. Many times we're getting calls from families where their mom or dad recently had a fall. They're being discharged from the hospital and they're trying to navigate work life, child life, and caring for their mom and dad. And so that would be the normal day for me, helping families navigate caring for their parents right now.
I mean, honestly, Dr. Michelle, such an important line of work, first off. I'm so impressed by you. Second of all, I want to take a little bit of a turn. You know I'm a meteorologist, so we're going to talk weather a little bit. We are in the fall months where we're, right around the corner from the winter months. And I want to talk about cold weather and how it can impact seniors. And you specifically work with a lot of seniors, right? So what are some of the things that you have noticed in the home care health world when it comes to cold weather and how it can impact older folks?
Thank you so much, Kylie. I think the first tip that we should speak about is the home environment and safety. I think during this time, as soon as the temperature drops just for a little bit, we're going to see a spike in the hospitals because of breathing issues, heart issues, as well as just simple falls that are going to happen. And I think one of the key tips that seniors can take away with this is one, keeping the temperature higher than 68 degrees in the home is the first. The second is making sure if you're not using all the rooms in the house, keep some of the doors closed. And then I also think having to remove any trip hazards in your home. And I think the second piece is personal daily care. I think as soon as it gets cold, it's just innate for us to just want to snuggle up in our sheets and keep warm. And what happens is we're not mobile, right? And so I think it's important for us to ensure that we're getting exercise while we're inside, especially for our seniors, doing chair exercises. You can find them on YouTube, making sure you're having nutritious meals and just opening to get some sunlight. The vitamin D is so good for us. So I think all of that together really helps those seniors in their home. And then wearing layered clothing, making sure you have that as well. And I think the final piece for seniors as the temperature changes is not forgetting about them and keeping them engaged. Engagement, loneliness, isolation, depression happens in those colder months. And so making sure you have your check-ins with family. If you don't have family, hire a company to have a companion. This really helps to just make sure everything's okay. And because I know cold weather, you got to have a plan, right? We never know if we're going to have another crazy ice storm in Texas. Texas weather can change in a minute, right?
You're exactly right. You're speaking my language right now, Dr. Michelle. I want to dive in a little bit more to the fact that this is more of a vulnerable population. We talk so much about how we can winterize our home and our lawn. But when you think about the people who oftentimes are stuck at home during those months, we're less focused on the actual living people that are inside the homes and more focused on, oh, well, how can we make sure that my lawn is taken care of through the dry winter months and the cold winter months. So I think that one is such an important angle to look at as far as, home health is concerned and how we can keep those people in mind. So we gave a few tips, Dr. Michelle, about what you can do in these winter months when it comes to making sure your family members are taken care of. As far as any sort of emergency is concerned, what do you recommend that some of these older folks or maybe their caregivers have in place when something does happen that we weren't prepared for?
I think we need to start having the conversation for that early. And I think the biggest thing is having that plan. In the event something happens, who is our backup and what is our part A, part B backup plan? I think one of the biggest things right now, especially for our vulnerable population of seniors, is community. So building that emergency plan in the event there was a power outage, in the event the cold weathers don't allow us to come outside for a week, making sure we know who is our emergency backup A and B, and then also making sure we have resources, our neighbors, that we're also checking in to help you as well. I think that is the biggest thing, is building that plan. It's going to look different for each person, but building that plan and having the conversations now with your loved ones.
That's so important. And I also think, too, it's important to keep in mind, I mean, oftentimes this time of year, those who are able-bodied don't want to get out as much, and then those who it's definitely more difficult to do that. What are some pieces of advice that you can share maybe with our viewers when it comes to making sure those who are sick or those who need extra help can keep in mind, especially as it turns colder?
I think one of the key things to keep in mind is to know your resources. I think one of the biggest things that, as it's getting colder and for our senior population and just even for adults, period, is that isolation is huge, right? And sometimes it's just maybe a simple call in or the technology that may remind them about their medication, right? Or help prevent that fall.
Dr. Michelle Rankine, thank you so much for joining us on this edition of Texas Weather Live, and thank you for watching. Make sure you stay tuned for Fox